I feel a lot of responsibility to talk about this one.
It's up to us and us alone to talk about this trailer on the internet. No, without us, the world is lost.
What would they even do? The fools? They can't review their own trailers. Fools. Huddled masses. I decree. The Once Upon a Time in Hollywood trailer is probably okay. Probably fine. It's whatever. It's fine. It's no big deal.
Fine.
Whatever. It's fine.
We're going to watch
All
it.
right. Now I'm going to hit play. All right. Welcome back to another fantastic Trailing Up. I am Chad.
I'm Asher.
And today we are doing, yes, that, dear friends, reviewing the trailer for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hollywood. Yes.
Where Tarantino makes some stuff.
Oh, yes.
And I wasn't ready to sing.
He's
so
no,
I'm not good with it.
And we're not ready for this movie.
No.
Coming out this
It's
summer.
okay. So it's a Tarantino movie. We already know what that means. That means 1,000 things are especially Tarantino. But yeah, we're still gonna be expected by it. Yeah, it's still totally him. All of them equally. There's that in there, and there's totally nostalgia bombs going off everywhere. It definitely looks like something that's just like the capital P and period piece. But I was always told this was like a movie about Charles Manson, and I don't see too much of that besides Margot Robbie acting as Sharon Tate. Because the focus seems to more or less be, from what I can tell, and I might have already knew this and forgot. It's set in like that era, but it's not like a Charlie Manson movie.
He was the serial. He got the ladies to kill people, right?
He got a bunch of people to kill other people.
Yeah.
One of which was Sharon Tate, the actress.
Yeah,
and he went to jail for like, I don't remember the specific charge, but. They found a way to incriminate him from telling people to go murder people.
Yeah, he went to jail for that.
Yes.
For a while.
But so it starts with Leo and Brad just kind of sitting
fantastic.
there looking.
Oh my God, they both look
so
amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh God, they look so. They're neat.
They look dope.
They're dope as hell. Every
so
time
dope.
I try on a leather jacket at a store, I kind of like in my head hope I look as cool as this, and I never.
No, we never
do.
I know what you mean, though. That's the whole
Yeah.
reason we buy the jacket, because I'm like, maybe one day I'll sit in a chair and people will ask me questions.
But so they start, and it's just kind of like gives you backstory. This dude's the actor. This dude is his stunt double. And
That's the only story they give you the whole time.
it.
Everything else is images.
Yeah, it's just like old things in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I mean, makes sense because of the title, but I don't know how they work into all of the history that we know so much as it kind of more or less happens around them.
And
there's some crazy shots of like Leo in the back of a pickup truck shooting a shotgun, but the TV show he was on and was once, that's from what I understand, the difference is he was once famous and now he's not famous. It was an old Western, so there wouldn't be a pickup, but he is pulling, I would call it cowboy shit. He is pulling some cowboy shit in that
you're
truck.
gonna be fine for that one.
Yeah, anytime you involve pickup trucks and shotguns, cowboy shit happens.
Well, one of the things about the trailer is you see lots of actions of violence with like guns getting shot off or people punching each other.
Which is weird for a Tarantino movie. We know. Just bear with us.
Yeah, but what you can't tell though is like, are they doing it in a production? Like, are they making a movie, or is this actually some fighting? And
I wonder if that's going to happen with
who's
a
the
movie.
martial artist? Do you know the actor?
I don't know the
that?
actor portraying Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, but they got
someone to be Bruce
and
Lee in this movie.
It
looks like Bruce Lee. He sounds like Bruce Lee.
And his line is like, "I've registered my like fists as lethal weapons.
If I accidentally kill a man, I will go to jail." And it cuts to kind of a joke, but it's mainly a joke because of Brad Pitt's attitude.
Yeah.
Now what he says, he goes, "If anyone kills anyone accidentally, they go to jail. It's called manslaughter." And it's like, here's a legal lesson for all you kids and martial artists out there.
And the next scene is them fighting hand to hand.
Yeah, hand to hand.
And just going at it.
But like they're stunt doubles, so they're probably going over it. I don't know how it's probably going to get a little testy, and they'll get into it. And then maybe it's that thing of like, oh, we're just sparring, we're just having fun, like boxing movies. They'll have this scene early on, and then they get into it. And I think we're gonna see much more fantastic fighting. I mean, like Tarantino knows how to shoot, but he also knows how to shoot martial arts. So
throw that in there.
I feel like it's gonna lead to another fantastic fight scene.
It's a movie about making movies. Maybe.
Yeah. So that makes me, what you said earlier, makes me think about. We don't know if that thing's from a movie or not. I'm wondering if Tarantino will play with that if we if there's gonna be scenes and you're just freaked out and you don't know if it's from a movie or not.
Yeah,
Because it's a '60s movie, so it's gonna be trippy as shit. You know, it's all gonna be all kinds of like they really embrace the fashion, and there's like a cutaway shot of Margot Robbie and Sharon Tate dancing, probably recreating from Sharon Tate movie, and it looks like that laughing type of shot of like like a blonde woman dancing, and like the camera zooms in and out real fast, almost in time with the movie, and it's shaking and stuff, and that's how they did like trippy like cinematography in the late '60s, to kind of be cool and hip. And there's a little bit of that. We all know Tarantino when he makes genre flicks like he does. He will steal from the greats and take stuff that totally works from previously established westerns or martial art movies or
what have
or
you.
like what have you.
Mob movies.
Mob movies. A lot of John Woo early on.
Yeah, definitely.
Not so much the jumping through the air double gun shoot I noticed.
Yeah, probably
Not
just
that,
more
but
like
in like every other John Woo thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tarantino is a student, so we know that like we're going to see something that we have seen before, but it's going to be unexpected.
Yeah, I
And
don't.
by have seen before, I mean the guy's like he wears his like influences on his sleeve.
Do you think they gave you a lot of information in this trailer,
As to the plot,
or like anything? Like,
I
not
know it's
just
a movie.
Because the plot, you could obviously
Well,
say no.
let's
We
get
don't
the
know anything about
not
the plot.
nothing. We know it's a
we
period
don't
piece.
even know what the point of
I saw a
of
guy.
conflict is.
Yeah, I saw a
we don't
guy with
even know
long
why
hair.
Anyone's yeah, there's it's the
So
six-
maybe
it's the
he's Charlie
60s.
Manson.
Yeah.
Maybe that's him.
Oh yeah, that'd be crazy.
I just know the actors because I've known the story of who they've been previously cast as, and I know it's probably going to be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is his last one, right? This is his last movie,
He
supposedly.
says he's doing 10 and out.
Oh,
I don't believe him.
Oh, he's only doing 10.
And this is his 9th.
Okay,
I
thought
don't
this-
believe that at all.
Yeah, maybe he'll just.
I'm just like, yeah, dude, you go ahead and stop making movies after 10. You, Quentin Tarantino,
You're just
choose
chill.
not to make movies.
Maybe
You
he'll-
go right ahead, sir. You have an addiction, and it's called cinema.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll come do the podcast with us in his golden years. We could have a segment just for him, Quentin's Corner. I'm talking to you, man.
I'll even build
Talking
you
to
the
you-
corner.
I'm talking to you, QT.
I'll go get some lumber down at the Home Depot, and I'll establish. I'll build a corner, and I'll put it right here in the corner of the apartment.
I heard that accent you did with Home Depot.
Home
you
Depot,
started at Home
But
Depot.
the Home Depot.
Mhm.
We just watched Fred Armisen do a bunch of accents in a row, and it was really funny. So I'm probably gonna be doing more. Also, we banked these. We recorded many at once, so like you guys might be hearing it randomly throughout the year of like how many accents I'm doing.
But
Home Depot.
so try to keep count at home.
Yeah.
Keep your tickers
Backgate.
out.
Backgate. It's that pace accent. Backgate.
So, once upon a time in Hollywood, there was some dudes, and we're gonna see the movie. It's out in July, summer flick. Gonna be
Okay,
good
so
times.
like it could have just pulled The Irishman, which I don't know if we're ever gonna release this, but me and Asher did record audio critiquing the announcement for The Irishman, which is
They're just words.
words
and
on a
bullet
screen
casing.
and a bullet casing and very sparse voiceover
Like
from the
7
movie.
words
Yeah,
that you only understand like
it's
3 of them.
damn near a haiku.
Yeah. But
What was I getting with that? had
yeah,
a
I think
point
you were
to it.
comparing this trailer a little bit to that.
Oh no, no. If this was that, we probably still would have talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
It's
super
definitely
excited.
a lot more than
I've
that.
definitely learned in my cinema going experiences. I've started going heavily when I was like 18. Not to expect something to be amazing too much, just in case you're disappointed by it. So I'm pretty stoked about this. I'm
I mean, I'm excited.
but I'm not losing it over it. I've seen a Tarantino movie before. I'm happy to see a new one. He almost always has something fresh to add to it. It's not always the same thing. So I would like to see what this new thing he does come up with. And I'm just glad he's not making another Western.
Yeah, I skipped
I
out
don't-
on The Hateful Eight. I didn't see that one.
Not
That's
my
the
favorite
only,
movie.
That's the only Tarantino film I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Besides, like, what's the one he did? Like, he did one with like, there was one that he did where like 3 directors each made like a short movie.
Oh, he did 4 Rooms.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't. The only like
That's just
other-
a segment at the end.
Yeah, but the only major
his.
Tarantino film I haven't seen is Hateful Eight. But I'm gonna see this. This is I
This is
really
awesome.
like.
It's
what I
definitely
see
following that Sergio Leone thing of Once Upon a Time in Blank.
Yeah.
Like Leone big influence on Tarantino.
I like
What
video
he
game
did Once
movies.
Upon a Time in the West and Once Upon a Time in America, which is combined 11 hours of cinema.
Yeah,
It's not 11 hours, but
feels
those
like
movies
it.
are long. Well, Once Upon a Time in America is a 4-hour movie.
Yeah.
Like the
I
full
haven't
movie's
seen
4
that.
hours.
I love Once Upon a Time in the West. That's
Really?
probably
That's your favorite?
I love that movie.
Really?
I know. I get so
I
much
just like
flack for this.
I just like Fistful of Dollars. I think it's just to the point. That's what I like
I
about
still haven't seen any
Oh, that's
of
the
the
good one.
Bad, and the Ugly trilogy. I know. I mean, I've
Ooh.
seen like scenes on television.
Oh, yeah,
because
sure.
I'm a human who
it. Yeah.
grew up, but like
yeah. But this
like-
is so like Tarantino's getting into like that late 60s cinema of like who was around like oh no, seriously, who was around? Like Easy Rider. And like weird stuff happening. Peckinpah was coming out
I
around
don't
this
even know what
time.
that is.
Sam Peckinpah.
Mm,
He did westerns. Other
mm,
westerns. He did like late 60s Hollywood westerns.
Gotcha.
Super violent. Movies like Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay, I've heard of that.
The Last Picture Show, a little bit of Peter Bogdanovich, possibly. Just like the Hollywood that hit when it was still had the studio system, but
Yeah,
like
gotcha.
it was fresh and like right before like the nerds of the 70s, like Coppola and Scorsese took over.
Yeah, and
It's
then-
like this weird just expression of just like I know how it's done and I'm not going to do it that way and that's what I'm doing. And before it was just like I know how it's done, I'm going to do it differently and I'll show you how it works.
mhm.
It's like the first baby step into 70s cinema, which I've always like loved the most. But what do you think, dear listener? Is it Once Upon a Time in Hollywood for you? Is it Once Upon a Time you stopped listening to this podcast? Is it Once Upon a Time you liked or subscribed on YouTube's, iTunes, Google Play? Hit us up on the worldwide internet, wherever you can find us.
Instant Tumblr.
Insta, Tumblr, Facebooks.
Yep.
Hit us an email. I like our website, movienightautopsy.com. I'm trying to talk Asher into writing poetry and putting it on the website, and
But,
he is apprehensive.
I just that's a part of me I've only shared with you, Chad, so far, and I'm just not sure if the world's ready for that. Okay, maybe just a little. I'll give you a sample.
Okay.
All right. On the beach, the sun was rising.
So for
Okay,
Trailing Off presented by Movie Night Autopsy, I'm Chad.
I'm Asher.
Thank you for listening. What's up, crew? If you got any idea of what you would like for us to talk about on The Minute or on Movie Night Autopsy podcast, hit us up on the social medias. You can hit us up on Twitter at movie_autopsy. Check us out on Facebook at Movie Night Autopsy. Always feel free to email us, contact@movienightautopsy.com.